You've been arrested for a DUI, and now the officer wants you to blow into a machine to determine your breath alcohol concentration. Should you do it? Hi, I'm Northern Virginia criminal defense attorney Scott Nolan, and I'm here to talk to you about breath testing in DUI cases. Well, folks, as I've said in many cases before, never under any circumstance take the roadside breath test or any other roadside test. Don't do the field sobriety test. Don't walk a straight line. Don't stand on one foot. Don't say the alphabet. Don't do any of that. Just politely decline. Officer, no, I'm not going to do that. And if you lose your mind and do all of that stuff, never, ever blow in their dumb roadside breath test, the little handheld device we've all seen on cops. It's a piece of junk. It's designed with one thing in mind, and that is to put you in jail. Don't blow into it. You're not required to, and it's not a violation of the law. However, none of that's what I'm actually talking about today. I'm talking about you've been arrested and taken back to the police station and presented with a more formidable device there, and they want you to blow into it. And the question is, should you? Well, before I answer that, let's just talk about refusal. The information I'm going to give you is only valid in Virginia, but in Virginia, it is not a crime to refuse to take that test. It is a civil offense. That means you will not have a criminal record if you don't blow into that device. It may be difficult in some cases to establish that you were driving under the influence, especially if your alcohol level was slight, if you don't breathe into that device. So there might be some circumstances under which you might choose not to breathe into that device. But beware, a first offense of refusal is not a crime. It is only a civil penalty. However, the penalties for not blowing into that device can be pretty stiff. In fact, they can be worse in some cases than the DUI. When you have a DUI, generally your license will be restricted for a full year. That is, they'll take away your license and issue you a new restricted license that will allow you to go to work and school. However, if you refuse to take the breath test, they'll simply take your license. There will be no restriction. You just won't be allowed to drive for any purpose for a full year. And for the vast majority of us, that means you're not going to get to work without a great deal of difficulty, and you're going to lose your livelihood. So therefore, yeah, take the test. If you have a question about this or any other aspect of the law, feel free to give me a call. I do this every day, and I'd be very happy to talk to you about it. All right, folks, that's it for me. You have a great day.